Bitcoin pumps again above $70,000 as the crypto rally resumes.
I've said before, if Bitcoin's not going to zero, it's going to 1 million.
And while over $1 billion exited crypto funds last week, that explains the dip.
The real question is it legitimate asset?
What's next for Bitcoin this week and the ETFs?
If it's a legitimate institutional asset, everybody is underallocated to it.
And what's next for altcoins?
The crypto market roaring back over the weekend and in the green to kick off the week.
So number one, it's important to understand that last week's red week was driven mainly by grayscale outflows.
Places like Celsius, FTX, Genesis are flooding the market with their GBTC.
Meaning no matter how much Bitcoin was bought up by BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK Invest, Bitwise, the biggest four of the Bitcoin ETF issuers. Some weeks there will be pullbacks, but GBTC could run out of Bitcoin in 14 weeks, according to blockchain analytics firm Arkham. Based on the current rate of redemptions, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust could run out of Bitcoin to sell in just 96 days.
I would have never guessed that Grayscale would have been cut in half 2 months into the Bitcoin ETF approvals.
Grayscale started the year holding over 618,000 Bitcoin for their Bitcoin Trust GBTC. They now hold only 356,000 BTC. If they carry on like this, that's only about 14 weeks of run rate. And even with that, out of the 11 total weeks that the Bitcoin ETFs, all of them, have been in existence, there's been so much more buying versus selling, and week 12 has started. So I don't think this will go to zero. I think we are close to GBTC outflows leveling off. And looking at where the Bitcoin ETFs stand today, this is how we started this week. ETF trading volume leaderboard, Bitcoin ETFs are up 9% at the beginning of the morning. Also, Fidelity and always BlackRock are ahead of GBTC. So volume for at least two of the ETFs are far surpassing Grayscale. That was the beginning of the first day, and looking at how we're ending the first day, Bitcoin Spot ETF alert. Massive ETF FOMO is hitting the market. There's a surge in volume with nearly 2 hours left on the clock, predicting a whopping 70 million plus for just BlackRock's ETF.
And somehow you have to get both of these worlds to interface.
Avalanche and Chainlink collaborate on Australasian on-chain asset settlement. So altcoin adoption is happening. The Australia and New Zealand banking group, ANZ, and Chainlink Labs have released the results of a recent collaboration that aimed to connect the Avalanche and Ethereum blockchain networks for on-chain settlement solutions.
So really you want to create a single world, right? You want to create a single interconnected world.
So Chainlink was used like this. ANZ used an interoperability solution provided by Chainlink called the Cross-Chain Interoperability Protocol, CCIP, which allowed it to demonstrate how clients will be able to access, trade, and seamlessly settle tokenized assets across networks in different currencies.
Where you just have one, what we call Internet of Contracts, right? So there isn't like a bank internet and an insurance internet and a gaming internet. It's like one internet, right? We're all on one internet, together with all the banks and all the gaming companies and all the insurance companies and so on.
Through CCIP, ANZ simulated the purchase of tokenized assets on the Ethereum network at a price denominated in one stablecoin, with transaction initiation and settlement occurring on Avalanche in another stablecoin.
So fundamentally, what I think you're trying to do when you create a data transmission layer and a value transmission layer like Chainlink is you're trying to create a single Internet of Contracts.
By the way, if you're looking for the best exchange to buy, sell, or trade altcoins, join me on Bybit now. Earn up to $30,000 in rewards just for participating with referral code Altcoin Daily. Polkadot ecosystem news. Dead meme coin causes community outrage after airdrop allocation reduced. The new Polkadot-based meme coin's Telegram channel amassed over 20,000 airdrop hunters within a few days. And before the outrage, just as a reminder, Dead started trending on X on March 23rd after members of the Polkadot community spun up the meme coin in an effort to capitalize on the meme coin frenzy and bring more attention to the Polkadot ecosystem. Investors holding Polkadot were eligible for 36 Dead tokens for every one DOT they held. Polkadot holders like myself were excited. Yet, the initial airdrop allocation was reduced from 100% of the token supply to just 5% to create a longer financial runway for the meme coin, meaning Polkadot holders were about to get 100%, now that's down to 5%, while the team keeps 95%. And in a direct quote from one of the pseudonymous developers, once you distribute 100%, you run out of ammunition. Because the voters were not willing to fund the project, it makes more sense to distribute less, and the rest of the tokens can be used to finance the project. I tend to agree with that sentiment, but just 5% of the total supply to the community is way too less. It could have been 50-50, it could have been 60-40, but either way, 5% of the supply was airdropped to Polkadot holders. Hilarious how nearly everyone is mid-curving Bitcoin DeFi, the literal biggest opportunity in crypto. So obviously the BRC20 and the Bitcoin ecosystem, tokens on Bitcoin, are exploding. Just like you want to have your pulse on coins in the Cardano ecosystem and the Solana ecosystem and other altcoin ecosystems, DeFi on Bitcoin is definitely an ecosystem to watch. I am an advisor for OUTRAGE, the first generation Bitcoin DeFi hub, your fresh route to the BRC20 ecosystem, a Bitcoin protocol platform to trade, bridge, launch, earn, borrow, and lend on Bitcoin.
Now, another BRC20 project or a hub for Bitcoin DeFi.
So think of them like a Uniswap, only for Bitcoin.
They've got an incredible cap table. They're listing on Gate, Mexi, PancakeSwap on the 26th of March. They raised $2.5 million, and they want to become the Uniswap equivalent on the Bitcoin, on the BRC20 networks.
So just something to keep tabs on. Over 2.5 million were raised in their private round. And in a direct quote from one of their VC backers, with Bitcoin smashing its all-time high, the interest in BRC20 has been further ignited, being the ultimate Bitcoin DeFi hub for bridging, trading, lending, borrowing, and more. OUTRAGE is poised to be a major force in the very near future. And keep in mind, not every coin will make it. Not every coin in Ethereum's ecosystem has made it. In fact, many have failed, but the ones who have succeeded are massive. And expect a very similar thing in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Meaning investing in crypto is risky, never invest more than you're willing to lose immediately. But Bitcoin DeFi is not going away, and I'll do my best to keep putting emerging protocols on your radar. Breaking. Cardano ranks number 1 out of all the blockchains in developer activity per Into the Block. ADA has registered almost 1 million commits on GitHub, exceeding its closest competitor Ethereum, which recorded under 500,000 commits during the same period. Avalanche comes in third with over 315,000 commit counts, while Litecoin and Tron stand at around 84,000 and 79,000 commits, respectively. So something is being developed on Cardano. The most developers seem to be choosing ADA, and just announced from Cody and Ethereum L2, our biggest ever giveaway has just begun. The Cody V2 airdrop is now live with over 40 million Cody V2 tokens, currently worth around $8 million, to be shared amongst holders of both native and ERC20 Cody. So this is just if you want to take advantage of the airdrops. It went live today, but you're free to join anytime. And while this is open to all Cody holders, you do have to simply deposit that Cody in the treasury if you want some passive accumulation. I'll leave you with this, your moment of zen. China State TV on Bitcoin around 3 years ago.
Well, if Bitcoin will become the ultimate type of a form of the currency been adopted by human society, I can tell exactly what's going to happen as the worst scenario or the must scenario. We're all going to die. This is not a joke.
Yet Altcoin Daily was here 3 years ago, educating you on the fundamentals. Be sure to join us for the comedy roast of Altcoin Daily happening in LA. Link down below for tickets, and the 2-for-1 deal ends in a few days.